situation. I think all of the Eagle players are committed to the best effort from their particular segments on a weekly basis. And when you get it like they got it today, this is the result. This team is definitely capable of beating anybody in the National Football League if they play like they play today. In the past, once in a while, they would self-destruct and give games away and lose to people that they shouldn't lose to. But I see a greater sense of purpose with the Eagles here this year.
Remind us, stay with us after the conclusion of the game for the Old Spice NFL Live post-game report, which will include a report on a rash of injuries today in the NFL. Here's Moore in trouble, and down he goes. Let's see, not a safety though. Apparently he got out of the end zone, or did he get the pass off? Eagles were looking for a safety.
Well, that's the thing that the referee has to decide, not whether he got out, but was he down before he threw the ball? And, you know, did his knee touch it? It looks like it may have. But the official calls it incomplete. You see Moore, looks like he is down, but what's 2 more points when it's 30-0, right?
And Haran will punt from the end zone. It will be a very long plane ride back to Denver. Here's Jeff Seidner getting inside the 40-yard line. Victor Jones made the stop. Also coming up on the Old Spice NFL postgame report, a check on that Houston-Kansas City game. That'll be following the Eagles and the Broncos. And we'd like to thank our spotters, Bill Friel, Mike McKay. Today's telecast produced by Tommy Roy, directed by John McDonough. Associate Director, Jeffrey Simon. Thanks also to our statistician in the booth, Elliot Kalb, and production associate, Jim Bell. So the Philadelphia Eagles at the Denver 35-yard line. Would you question Randall Cunningham's presence on the field at this point?
You know, I might. I think maybe David Archer, but he's just going to kneel down here. You know, some quarterbacks don't like to be taken out at this time of the game. They like to enjoy this thing. This is some quarterback's favorite play right here. Now they're out there, you know, they can shake hands with the other Denver guys and say nice game, and we'll see you down the road maybe.
A little socializing opportunity.
Yeah, that's right. And
although I don't think the Broncos are in that particular mood.
No, but, you know, the Broncos got a long way to go, and they're in good shape in their division. They get some players back, they're going to be all right.
So the Denver Broncos shut out for the first time since 1988. The New Orleans Saints did it then. They have been shut out only twice during the course of John Elway's career, 84 and 88. And the Broncos go to a record of 2-1. The Eagles to 3-0. The first time they have opened up 3-0 since back in 1981. This one is over. Philadelphia Eagles defeating the Denver Broncos by the score of 30-0. On a very difficult day for John Elway, certainly one of the worst in his 10-year career, and the Broncos with only 4 first downs for the game. Eagles do it by the count of 30-0. Randall Cunningham throwing for 3, 2 to Calvin Williams. We'll be right back.
Face with your DOS 2.11 program, it will be necessary for you to insert your floppy into disk drive A.
The Dallas Cowboys have been ripping through the NFC East, blowing away 3 division rivals. They're undefeated. But one other team is also 3-0. The unbeaten Philadelphia Eagles are rolling as well, with quarterback Randall Cunningham back on the case. Tonight's showdown with the Cowboys has got him dialed into Dallas.
They're that team, that young team that just goes out and just works hard and flies around and gang tackles. If you don't have that, you can hang it up, and they have it now.
Throughout his career, he has been one of the most spectacular quarterbacks ever to play the game. The knee is fine now, and Cunningham is wowing him from coast to coast.
Seeing other people just enjoying themselves is what my job is. So I guess I can look at myself, or we can look at ourselves as entertainers.
Equally entertaining is the Eagles' defense, the best in football. But tonight's game is strictly business.
We just want to be a machine that goes out and does what it takes to win, and then get off the field.
It's the battle of the undefeated, the Cowboys and the Eagles, on ABC's Monday Night Football.
Football boogie for you. I bet you're ready for some football. Dallas and Philly are coming your way. It's Monday Night Football and it's time to play.
The Liberty Bell, a familiar landmark in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and another familiar sight, a replica of the bell high atop Veterans Stadium, jammed to the rafters tonight. A noisy, partisan Philadelphia Eagles crowd on hand. A supercharged air of excitement as tonight two bitter rivals from the NFC's Eastern Division get it on once again. Hello again, everyone. I'm Frank Gifford, along with Al Michaels and Dan Deerdorf. Happy you're with us for a happening, and that's what a Cowboys-Eagles game has become here in Philadelphia. Both teams come in at 3-0, and whoever wins tonight is going to take a big step in winning the Eastern Division of the NFC. Philadelphia, of course, without their quarterback last year, Randall Cunningham, went 10-6. They missed the playoffs, and the Cowboys knocked them out in the 15th week of the season. That has fueled the fire in this long-running rivalry. Meanwhile, the Dallas Cowboys returned to the playoffs. They went 11-5, and amazing turnaround, Al. Only 3 years after Jimmy Johnson came in. He was 1-15 that first year. They make the playoffs at 11-5. A truly great turnaround.
Since that disastrous '89 season, Frank, the line on their graph has gone straight up. And the question a lot of people asked at the beginning of this year was not if the Cowboys would get to the top, but when. They'll go a long way toward answering that question tonight, because they're 3-0. They've already beaten Washington, and if they can beat Philadelphia at the raucous Vet on a Monday night, they can beat anybody anywhere. And if they win, they're going to wake up tomorrow morning favored by a lot of people to go all the way to the Super Bowl. But Dan, first things first, it's a tough task ahead tonight against a team, the Philadelphia Eagles, playing about as well as it can play.
And you asked the question, and I'll ask another one. Are the Philadelphia Eagles the best team in the National Football League? And you might say, well, how can you ask that question with them having lost Jerome Brown tragically in the auto accident back in June, and plus they lost their all-pro tight end Keith Jackson to the Miami Dolphins? Well, they've had two additions. One, of course, Herschel Walker, the rejuvenated running back that has really brought back the running game to Philadelphia. And, of course, Randall Cunningham, the NFL's most exciting player, is back under center. Factor in the best defense in the National Football League. Are the Eagles the best team in the NFL? If they beat the Cowboys here tonight, the answer is yes.
It is an absolutely perfect night, as Frank stated. At the very top, it is a happening. An electric atmosphere. The crowd has been raucous for the last 15 minutes. And we are finally ready for the kickoff. And the Eagles will send the ball to the Cowboys off the foot of Roger Ruzek, who has booted the ball into the end zone for a touchback 9 times in 17 kickoffs, including 8 straight. Back deep, 83 is Kelvin Martin, 29 is Kenneth Gant. Alexander Wright, who normally runs kicks back, is out with an injury. Martin ruined them last year in the game here. His punt return was the difference in the game when Dallas came in the next to last week of the season and knocked Philadelphia out of the playoffs. So here we go from the Vet. The kick sailing to the 4-yard line, and this is Martin past the 20 and brought down at the 26. And the Dallas Cowboys begin from there. Troy Aikman, the #1 pick out of UCLA by